What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and today I wanted to do a video on how to get Android O on your Android smartphone the easiest way possible. And this is going to be done using Android Beta. Android Beta is great because it allows users to get their hands on the newest features before everyone else. Now I'm going to be honest, I messed this up when I made this in my original video. In fact, I had to re-edit this because I didn't know how to pronounce beta. In fact, I was calling it beta, which that's not even anything. I don't know. So moving on, I got my Nexus 6P here, and I went ahead and did this last night, and I'm going to tell you that it's really not that hard. It's not that complicated. But when you do Android Beta, you do want to be aware that it is experimental. So there may be some glitches, it may be buggy. So there's going to be some little things that when you're using Android Beta, they're just not going to work properly. And that's the nature of it. So if you are afraid of bugs, if you're afraid that your phone might not work perfectly, you're going to just want to skip this video and keep your phone the way it is. But you can also give this a try, and if you don't like it and there are too many bugs, you can unenroll from the program, and then you can return to the latest version of Android that is pretty much going to be reliable. So just to make it a little more simple, there are only a few devices that are going to be supported here. You have the Nexus 5X, the Nexus 6P, the Nexus Player, Pixel C, the Pixel, and Pixel XL. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. So you're going to want to start by doing a search for Android Beta, and that's going to return a search result on the top of the page. You're going to want to click that first one there, Android Beta, Google, and that's going to bring you to this next page here where you're going to have to verify it's you by entering your password. After you enter your password, you're going to end up on the Android O Beta homepage, and this will just give you some more information about the program and what you can expect, and it keeps it nice and simple by showing you your eligible devices, so there's no guessing if your device is going to work with the program or not. And if you scroll down even more here, we do have a section of frequently asked questions, which are just going to give you some more information. So now that you made it to the Android Beta program page, you're going to click on enroll your device and just follow the instructions. It's very simple. And for me, in my situation, I enrolled and I got the update just like a moment later. It didn't even take that long. I went ahead and I did the update, and then I was on Android O within a few minutes. There were also a few other updates that followed, and I actually got an update today this morning as well. And it's been working pretty good. Now again, this is experimental, so I have had a few issues. I have had some widgets that weren't working properly. I did have an error message show up when I restarted my phone after installing an update, and I did freak out for a moment, but I guess that's normal, so I went ahead and restarted the phone again, and everything was working fine. But overall, for those little issues, it's totally worth it. I love the new features. I love being on Android O before everyone else. And I just love experimenting. So if this is your thing, experimenting with your phone, I think it's a must that you got to do it. So let's go ahead. I just want to talk about some of the new features that I have noticed in the Android O beta, and we'll check them out. We now have the battery percentage in the status bar. Now you could have did this in Android Nougat, and I have, but I found it to be very unreliable. But now there's no messing with it. It's just up there, and I really like that. No guessing. If we pull down on the settings tray, you're going to see we have a new look where it's going to be gray versus the old black, and some items are going to be located in different areas. Going back to animations, if we pull down on the notification panel, you'll see some of these notifications slide to the left and up, and that's just a nice little touch. Just little things like this that you're going to notice, and when you push it back up, they're going to do the opposite. Now there is another feature here where you can snooze some of your notifications. Now you probably wouldn't want to do this with Mortal Kombat X, but if you want to do this, you click on the clock here and you can choose your snooze time, and you can undo that also. Now there are supposed to be notification badges shown on home screen, app icons, and I didn't see this yet, but it's probably not supported on a lot of apps. But if you wanted to turn this feature on or off, you can do so in this menu here. Notification badges are not entirely new. In fact, if you have had an iPhone or have played with one, you have seen them on the app icons, and they just let you know that there is a notification. Minimalism seems to be the underlying concept in Android O, and not only is this seen in the settings tray, but also in the settings menu here. I do have to say that although these settings are minimalized, it is a little bit confusing because this is a new setup, but if you give it some time, you'll probably get used to it. The system information provided to the user has also changed a little bit. For example, if you click on battery, we no longer have a graph. It's just the percentage and time left until fully charged and a battery icon. So I'm going to miss that graph, but otherwise the information provided here is pretty much similar. Again, it's just little minor changes. There was one feature in Android O that I was really excited about, but I could not get to work, and that was picture-in-picture. I did go into my settings and I did check a few things such as display over other apps and made sure that all of these items were turned on to yes, but that didn't address the issue. I also backed out of this and I clicked on picture-in-picture to see what was actually supported and made sure those items were turned on, but again, that didn't work either. My guess is that it's not supported on the Nexus devices yet, but ideally how this works is you watch a video on YouTube, click the home button, and the video should still be on your home screen somewhere. So if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, make sure you like it. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave that in the comments below. I'll also make sure I try to post some other videos here and maybe down here somewhere that I've done in the past. And if you can, make sure you hit the subscribe button to support me so I can continue to put out more videos. And until next time, Leon checking out.